So I know I'm looking rough, but that's because we're just cleaning today. This video, I'm going to just take you along with me as I clean this out. We're actually planning on getting rid of it. If you look at our closet, it is so stinking small, and it's really hard to tell from here. I can give you a kind of a view of it, but what I'm trying to do is maximize the space in our house, and it is pretty small. I'm not exactly sure the square footage of it, but I'll put it on the screen somewhere. I have to ask my husband because I know a roundabout, but I'll tell you on the screen. But we live in a pretty small house. There's 3 kids, 2 adults, and 2 dogs. And we don't mind it being small, but I just want to maximize the space. I'm not even going to open that right now because it is cram-packed. But me and my husband shared that. And then also my husband has clothes in, actually he used to have clothes in that bottom drawer, but we actually took them out. I forgot about that. So he actually has clothes in this side. He has bedclothes in here, and then this side is like where our printer is at. And these 2 drawers actually housed all of this and then some. I've already took some of it to the living room. So I'm going to take you in here. Basically what we're going to do is replace that little credenza or whatever you want to call it with 3 tall dressers. I want them to come like up some. This is pretty short. It's kind of... Sorry, this is like horrible angles, but it just comes to my like mid thigh, and we need something a little taller, and we need something with more drawers because both of our clothes are in that small closet. And then I also have this dresser. This houses all of my planners and things like that, which I may try to move that too. I'm not exactly sure. And then I've got underclothes in here, and then all of my skirts, which is all that I wear, is at the bottom of that. And then everything else is just hanging in that closet behind me. And so it's pretty crammed. And so I'm hoping that if we get a couple of dressers to go across here, that will alleviate the pressure that's in the closet, because it is like packed, and will just give us a little bit more clothing storage in here, which means that the things that are in this have to find somewhere else to go. So where I had like all of my cards and things to send to people, craft type stuff, tape, we even had like little like holiday bags and stuff in here. All of that is now going to be in this thing in the living room, and I believe I've shown this on my channel before, but it's going to be in here. I've already brought, there's a pile in front of me. I've already brought a lot of that stuff in here. I was going to just like organize it in there, and I'm thinking it's not going to stay in there. And so I need to see the space that I'm working with. In this cabinet, and I'll show you once I'm done kind of telling you the plan. Once I open this up. But anyway, we have 4 sets of cabinets. It's actually 2 sets of cabinets, but 4 sets of doors. And there's homeschool stuff, and then there's like kind of crafty type stuff, and then we have a section where I have like my decorative stuff, like just different like baskets and stuff like that, just things that I would use to decorate in that cabinet. And then kind of some odds and ends stuff, and then our end cabinet, or the cabinet on the end, has all of our board games, which we do not play all of them. So I'm going to bring all of that stuff that's on my bed that I showed you into here. I'm going to pull all of this stuff out and hopefully be able to pare down, give away stuff, take stuff to Goodwill. Some stuff may just be trash. Not really sure. And see if I can get the bulk of all of our craft stuff, homeschool stuff, our printer, which will not fit in here, so it may still have to stay in our room. Like, it's like this is it. Like, this living room, what you see, like even past that window that you can see beside me, there's not that much wall. And then that's my son's room that you can see open. I'm standing in the middle of the living room with the couch behind me, and then we have like a little, I'll show you. We have like this trunk here, and I'm not exactly sure what I want to keep in it. We actually got it to house paper towels and like our extra tissue, which that works great, but then it just keeps going on and on and on. You put something somewhere, well, then you need somewhere for this to go. Well, then if you put that there, then whatever was there has to move on to somewhere else. So that's what I'm doing today, is trying to kind of just move things around and place them where they're best suited, like so that we can pull them out if we need them. Like, really, the paper towels being in here is not that big of a deal, but I would prefer them to be in the kitchen where we actually use them. So I don't know. I'm gonna just get started on this and take you along with me and see if we can figure out a better solution for storage in our tiny house. So far I've got all of the books put back in here. I still have a huge pile, like literally a circle around me, of stuff that I've got to put up. But so far I've just put a couple of bins up here, which basically I'm just moving things around and getting rid of stuff. I've got a pile of books back here that I'm going to donate. And I've got some, like their tea set that they play with over here. I've got that needs to go back to the kitchen. I've got a pack of like worksheets that need to go in there. Right now I'm just going through all of their pens, markers, crayons, all of that stuff. I'm just going to put them in this big bin, because every time I try to separate them out and do like neat little bins of like just the markers, just the crayons, just the color pencils, they all end up mixed up anyway. So I'm going to just put them in one big thing and see how that works out. So that's basically what I'm doing right now, just sitting here and sorting through markers. I probably need to go through them and see which ones work, but I've done that so many times, I don't feel like doing that today. So I'm just going to keep going with the way that I am, and we will do like a micro clean out of the crayons and stuff at a later time, because we will go through the crayons as well, and we will take out ones that are like really small and broken. And I may do that as I'm going through and like transferring them to this bigger bin, which they still work, but sometimes it's easy to just get rid of the ones that are broken, and it kind of pairs it down for you. Pretty much done with this side. It doesn't really look all that organized, but I promise you it is. I'll show you everything that I'm like donating or throwing away, or I guess it would still be donating, or moving to another spot in the house in a minute. But at the bottom, I have like my Cricut and my laminating machine. And I've got this basket has all of our like hot glue guns, just 2 of them, and then our hot glue sticks, and then our glue sticks. And then this basket has like tape and glue. And then over here we have a basket that I got from a thrift store that just has all of our like watercolor stuff in it. And then there's like color books and paper and watercolor paper to paint on. And then all this whole shelf on this side is like books, like chapter books that the kids are going to read like by themselves, and then some that I want to read as read alouds. And then on this side I have like our reference books, so like atlases, dictionaries, things like that. And then in the middle, where you can hardly see this side, oh no, this side is what you see. That's kind of hard to do, but what you can see stacked up vertically here, or horizontally, is I guess it's however you want to look at it, is like my planners from last year, and then like some Christmas books, and just things that we don't need until next year. And they're just kind of in the middle that way, because it stops these books from falling, these books from falling, and we do not need to access these this year. And then I have a bin that has science stuff in it, and then like computer stuff. So like we have a little CD-ROM, or whatever this is called, like that you can plug up and play like CDs and things, a keyboard, just stuff like that in here. And then in this one we have our like a little net, a microscope, and like a little bag, magnifying glass, stuff like that goes in this. And then up here we have their Sharpies, and like if they need a pencil for school is in here, and then like a little handheld pencil sharpener. And then that is the bucket I was talking about earlier, that's got all this blue bucket here, that's got all of the crayons, color pencils, markers, and stuff like that in it. And so now we're going to move to this next cabinet, which is pretty much going to hold like random stuff. This stuff at the bottom here is like our modem or whatever you call that. We've got a projector in there. So that's going to be like kind of like electronics, I guess you could call it. And I actually have some other things in that trunk that I showed you earlier that may have to go in here so that the trunk can be free for something else. So anyway, and then this is like decorative items. And then that is where this basket here is where our games are spilling over into this side of the cabinet, because you can, this part right here, you can't stick your hand through, but on this cabinet, there's nothing stopping it from going to that next cabinet. So this is where the two cabinets meet here. So anyway, I'm going to pull out all of this stuff and try to combine it with the things that I have in the floor. I know you can't see everything, but there's like a pile here that you can kind of see that's just got like some rope that I got from the Dollar Tree, and then like those cards I believe that I showed earlier. Just some random stuff. So I'm going to get all of this pulled out, separated into piles, and then I'm going to try to organize it in this cabinet neatly, and then we'll move on to the game cabinet. Alright, I had to take a little break to eat lunch. It's like 3 o'clock, so I didn't eat much because we're going to be eating dinner pretty soon. But anyway, I just had to have something. This is kind of hard to show you. I need to close my blinds, but really fast. This cabinet went way faster than the previous one because there just wasn't as much. So I left all of the electronic stuff down here. I put a little basket here so that it can kind of corral that. I need to dust these out, but I'm just not doing that today. This I'm going to make my like gift shelf. So it's got gift bags and it's got those little cards in it, and then this is like my extra decorative items. So I'm going to close this up, close those blinds so that I can see, and we're going to start on that last set of cabinets there, which is our games. I have actually a bag of games there on the couch that we took to a family dinner the other day, and so I've got to take those, and then I've got to take these all out and then just kind of go through them all and probably donate some and maybe throw some away that are missing pieces. I'm not quite sure because we're like missing some pieces to a couple of the games, so as the girls come in here and pull them out. So anyway, I'm gonna move this couch section because we can't open the door all the way to the cabinet with that right there. So, like I said, this is a very small house. But anyway, that's what we're gonna start on next. And right behind me, because I told you I would show you what I'm getting rid of, that pile of books right there is the donate pile. That pile goes somewhere else. And then that stuff right there, I haven't found a place for. And then we've got some trash, some like little pencil bags. I'm really not sure what I want to do with those. And then all of this stuff has to find somewhere to go. I think that's going to go back in my room because that's mostly like my personal things like planners and stuff. So I'm probably going to take that back to my room. And then that right there is the bin that I told you that had the girls' tea set in it. And that's probably going to go back to the kitchen. So anyway, let's get started on that cabinet right there, which is the game cabinet. This is the last cabinet. I decided to grab these that I didn't really have a use for anymore, and I'm thinking that I may be able to use these for some games in here. And then I also grabbed this that I didn't need in the other cabinets, and we're just going to start pulling this stuff out and just kind of going through it and seeing what all we want to keep and what all we want to donate or what all needs to be trashed. So that didn't take as long as I thought it would either. We're still missing a couple of games, but I think that they may be in one of the girls' rooms, so we'll find them later. We have this circuit set that doesn't really fit in here, so I'm having to like lean it back like this. So it is taking up a lot of room, but they have been playing with it, so I'm going to leave it. And then down here we have a Christmas game, Puck Battle, something that my husband found or saw on Pinterest. I mean, not Pinterest, but Instagram or something maybe. And then this bin, I just set our battleship things in. That way, if any of the little things fall out, they'll be caught in here. And we didn't, this one was kind of an extra one, so that kind of works out for that. This next shelf has all of our card games or like bananagrams that have their own little cases already. So like Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza has this little box. This game, Quicks, we've never played it, but I kind of looked at it for a moment and it looks pretty fun. It's like a dice game. But we have several games in here that we haven't played yet. And then I'm just going to sit the bananagrams on top. In this bin, I decided to put the games that we have in these little pencil pouches. And I have an extra one back here. And I swapped out, one of the games was in this little bag. And I swapped it out for one that has a clear front. That way we can see. This is one of the games we've never played, but we want to learn how to play, Catan. And so then we've got like our Uno cards in here. And then Bull. A game called Bull is in here, and I dropped a couple of pens and pencils down in here with a notebook, and then another notebook in the back just for larger games. And then one of the games in here, this game, I can't quite remember what it's called, but it has a board, Sequence, that's what it's called. It has a board, and so I just stuck it in here, and we know to grab that if we want to play it. And then I just stacked up all of the games on the side. There's a good space right here, but like I said, I think that there's a couple of games that we're missing, so we can stick them there. And I've got this turned long ways like this, but if I absolutely had to, it can fit in there like this. I just feel like with it like this, we can kind of slide it out and kind of thumb through and see what we want to pull out if we want. And then we've just got some games kind of stacked up back there, and I put our few puzzles that we've got back there. So, this is all I have left. I didn't use all of these, and I didn't end up using this little thing. And I figured putting these baskets right here will stop things from going farther that way into the other cabinet that we've already organized. So, I have to get cabinets to go, or not cabinets, but drawers or dressers to go in the bedroom, which is where some of this stuff came from, out of a couple of drawers in there. But like I said, we're moving stuff around, so this is going to be the end of this video. Just me organizing this thing in the living room. And once I get the dressers and stuff that I need in the bedroom, I will show you how I'm going to organize that and how I'll utilize my space and kind of maximize my closet space in there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know that it's not Pinterest worthy, but hopefully it's going to make our house function better by moving these few things around and, like I said, getting those dressers in there and everything. So if you're interested in seeing that next video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss when I post it. Bye, guys.